Hey everyone, it's Zach with Palantir Research. Google Cloud's YouTube account just released a new video to advertise their partnership with Palantir Foundry, and that's for retailers, while also being able to leverage Google's AI. So I'm going to play the short clip first and then go over its significance and my thoughts on it in general.
Thanks to innovations in technology and an expanding global marketplace. And with supply chains under constant threat of disruption, it's critical for retailers to be able to respond to issues quickly and effectively across their value chain. Palantir Foundry, certified on Google Cloud Data Platform, brings together the best of both worlds. Foundry's operational analytics, workflows, and data residency in BigQuery will help retailers tackle even the toughest data problems, from supply chain resiliency to inventory management and more. Foundry provides granular, live modeling of operations, scenario planning and simulation tools, and deep connectivity into existing systems, including Google Cloud Platform. Foundry can rely on accurate and highly accessible data because of Google's unique multi-cloud data warehousing capabilities. Google Cloud's Vertex AI is an end-to-end ML platform that enables retailers to generate actionable insights and provide feedback for external systems like Palantir Foundry. Your data stream is everything. You'll have access to hundreds of public, commercial, and Google-unique datasets to include in your analysis. Best of all, the solution includes BigQuery and AI machine learning and analytical offerings for business agility and forecast accuracy. Let's take Foundry's supply chain control tower, for example. In Foundry, the global end-to-end supply chain is modeled at your fingertips. At the click of a button, your organization's supply chain experts can leverage data sets from Google to see the impact of a given disruption in real time. Perhaps a retailer is having issues with out-of-stock and overstock prevention. Foundry's out-of-the-box inventory management workflows combined with Google AI-powered insights provide model-based actions for optimal stock quantity per store. Google AI analyzes historical data in conjunction with external causes, including out-of-stock, seasonality, and changes in sales, potentially helping to save millions of dollars in lost sales or unnecessary overstocks. Connect your data and analytics to real-world operations with Palantir in Google Cloud.
So for those to catch up, this partnership officially was announced a while back in 2022, and to note, this is separate from the concept of a customer who has Google Cloud and needed to integrate with Foundry. That's more of just working with a forward-deployed engineer, being able to work with your existing cloud provider, regardless if it's Google, since Palantir has been cloud agnostic for a while now. But rather, this later partnership is focused more on the actual deployment of Foundry through Google Cloud and making that accessible, which is much more important, of course, for potential clients and just getting more exposure leveraging Google's name. So they got a whole page here set up on Palantir's website, of course, going over the concept and purpose of this partnership and why customers will find this very useful. The main thing here is that this is way before AIP was actually announced earlier in 2023, so I did find it interesting drawing parallels here, and of course there's probably some technology in the background that actually has similarities, where it's kind of the same thing, but instead of a customer using AIP on top of Foundry to implement their own or other third-party AI models with their proprietary data, this sounds like you as a Google Cloud customer can get Foundry for the analytics portion, of course, but you're leveraging Google's AI and, of course, public data with your proprietary data. So it's kind of a mix and match here. It's just kind of switching things out. So maybe on the front-facing end here, of course, this is still branded as a Google kind of partnership, but in the end, it kind of sounds similar to AIP. So to me, of course, it sounds like they're kind of in competition with themselves or cannibalizing their own business here. So at the very least, there is some overlap. But either way, I'm just happier for Palantir to have any avenue that can draw in customers. And honestly, this may work easier for some of those other customers. Instead of transforming your organization, working directly with Palantir, and of course getting Foundry in that end, you're kind of just taking on the portions of Palantir with your already set up Google Cloud and not necessarily turning every leaf over in your company to really transform. And this is an important concept I think many investors still are getting used to. Palantir is still technically a small company when you're comparing them by customer count and just in general being a household name when you put them next to a big tech name like Google. So I believe, at least personally, for a business in this stage, you don't really need to focus on monopolizing every avenue or vertical and getting your customers in, but rather what Palantir has done in making it just very accessible. Not just Google Cloud, but also Azure and AWS have similar concepts where you can start getting some Foundry started at your organization through them rather than needing to go through the whole interaction with Palantir. Now, over time, this may or may not affect the business, like I said, with possible cannibalization or even just missed opportunities, but it could also be a gateway for many of these customers to explore their usage and find value first with Palantir Foundry in a lower stakes way, and then maybe later on they'll expand their relationship formally with Palantir. So I'm more optimistic, of course, for the latter scenario. But what are your thoughts on this new Google video here? I just wanted to share this here because it did randomly pop up. It doesn't have that many views. Feel free to check it out though and let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.